there everybody, Jack here again at the Vinyl Void. So, absolutely glorious day in Scotland today. I'm just on my way to another dig and fingers crossed it is good. I kind of know a lot of the records that I'm going to see today. The guy that I'm buying off of sent me some videos, so I've got a fair idea of what's going to be here. It's just whether it's in good condition or not, which obviously I hope that it really is. But we'll wait and see. I'm not going to video when I go in. Maybe I'll do a little video outside the guy's place, but I won't video when I get in, so I can just concentrate on the records. And then when I get out, I'll show briefly what I got. So until I've picked them up, see you later. Right, so that's me here. I'm where I'm meant to be. The guy told me in a car park next to a spar shop. He said there was a camper van nearby, so I think that's the camper that you can see behind us. I'm not entirely sure which house it is, so I'm just going to go out and have a wee look about, see what I can find. If I've got no luck, I'm just going to start shouting in the street, "Bring out your vinyl! Bring out your vinyl!" Or bring out your records. One of the two, one of them will work. Let's see what we can find here. Okay, that's me home. Let's get this booty inside. Some more over here. I said let's get it in the house and I'll give you a look. Well, I didn't have to start hollering, "Bring out your vinyl" in the middle of the street, though that may be a tactic that I employ in future digs. So I'll give you a little bit of background on this collection that I went to view. I'd been corresponding with this guy for a couple of days who was selling his hi-fi equipment, loads of CDs, and I asked him about any vinyl, and he said he had quite a lot of vinyl. So that's all good. He sent me a few videos, and he was really fixated on getting a good price for a number of box sets that they had. So it took us a while to come to an agreed price, and we seemed both to be happy about it. So, like I said, there was a number of box sets in there, things like Led Zeppelin's Celebration Day box set, the Bob Dylan Archives box set, I think it was volume 11, and a number of other sealed records. And he seemed like he wanted to get a really, really good price for these sealed records. He seemed to think that they were all worth an awful lot of money, and some of them were, some of the box sets were. But there was also a number of albums that were well used that he'd listened to for a number of years, and they were included in the package, and there was loads of them. So, all good. We both agreed on a price, and that was all good. This morning, I went away to coach my football team in the morning, and I said that after the game, it would be about an hour's drive to his house, and I would go to his house, and we would settle up, and I would collect the records. So that was all good as well. After the game, I get in my car, and he sent me a message, and he said, "I've thought about it a bit more, and I feel that it's not the right thing to sell all the box sets." He said, "I think I can get a lot more money for them online. I've been looking on eBay, and I feel I can get more money if I sell them on there." And I said, "Oh, that's fine. That's up to you." And he said, "However, I would still like to sell you the second-hand records or his old collection. None of this was sealed." And I said, yeah, that's fine as well. I'm interested in quite a lot of that. So then he gave me a revised price, and I actually couldn't believe what he was giving them away for. So we'd agreed on a price which, yeah, was probably at the top end of what I was willing to pay. But then when he gave me this revised price for the rest of the records, I literally couldn't believe it. I think he pretty much gave them to me. Yeah, so I said, yeah, I'm more than happy with that. I'm more than happy to pay that for those records. And I was over there as quickly as I could to find his house, and yep, had a look through the records, was very, very happy with the condition of the vinyl. Was really good. Maybe not so much the sleeves. Some of them are pretty tatty, but for what I paid for them, yeah, it was a no-brainer. Cheap as chips, and I was really happy with it. So let me show you what I picked up. So I'll need to do this in a number of bundles because there is quite a lot. And like I said, some of it's not the best, but there is some good titles here. This is one that I really like. I love this album, Hindu Love Gods. And if you don't know who the Hindu Love Gods were, they're basically REM without Michael Stipe. So you can see them on the back there. And instead of Michael Stipe, for singer, they have Warren Zevon. So there's a couple of covers on here. What we got, Raspberry Beret, Manish Boy, a few others. So yeah, really, really like this. This is a keeper for me. I was after this album for a while, really like it, so that's a keeper. Then we've got the Red Hot Chili Peppers. This is their debut album. What's this called again? The Uplift Mofo Party Plan. So I was giving this a listen today. It's not bad condition. There's a bit of a scratch in the vinyl, but it's pretty superficial. It doesn't really make much of a difference to the album, but it starts off with a pretty cool cover version of Subterranean Homesick Blues by Dylan. But really, this will probably be one that I'll move on. I'm not a massive fan of the Red Hot Chili Peppers. I'll just show you the inside of it. There's the inner. And the label. So yeah, that was a good one anyway. And by selling a couple of them, I'll quickly recoup the very little that he asked for. It's Chris Rea, Water Signs. Again, pretty tatty cover. Copy of Dylan, live at Budokan. Oh no, what have we got now? Face of Pure Evil. Not only once, twice. Look at those eyes. My brother is watching you. Okay, what have we got next then? The Vegetarians of Love, Bob Geldof. And we've got the Doors' first album. Again, a bit of a tatty cover, but the vinyl's fine. Then we've got Jethro Tull, Heavy Horses. I'm not familiar with this album, and like a lot of the stuff that I've picked up today, I'm not familiar with, a fair few of them, so yeah, not sure about this one. I'll need to give it a listen first. Steve Miller Band, Fly Like an Eagle. George Thorogood and the Destroyers. I'll give this a wee listen as well. I think I've heard some of this before. Grace Jones, Island Life. Oh, it looks painful, even just looking at that. Okay, Waiting for Bonaparte, The Men They Couldn't Hang, a band I've never really listened to. The Men They Couldn't Hang, so I don't really know much about that album. Mott the Hoople's Greatest Hits, it looks like a kind of 80s number here. Look, I've got most of their albums anyway, so. Eddie Bricknell, is that how you pronounce it? Am I right in saying that's Paul Simon's wife? From 88, I think this is, on Geffen. This is one I'm looking forward to listening to. I've never listened to Devo before. This is a nice copy. The album is, see that, Freedom of Choice. I'm sure a lot of you have heard that album. Bob Marley and the Wailers, Soul Revolution. I think that's just a comp. It's got some good songs on there. Let's see, Kaya, African Herbsman, Fussing and Fighting, Sun is Shining. I love that song. Yeah, good stuff. Looking forward to giving that a listen. Beautiful South. Welcome to the Beautiful South. What's on this one? Keep it all in. I love you, but you're boring. Yeah, I quite like the Beautiful South. Paul Heaton. Yeah, I quite like them. And then another Beautiful South, Choke. Simple Minds by Travel. That's just a 12-inch. And finishing on Nils Lofgren. I've not heard that one. Obviously, I like his guitar playing, but yeah, I'll give that a listen. I think is this from 78? 79. So, not heard this either. So, hold on a second and I'll just get the next batch. Right, here we go again. Eurythmics, Sweet Dreams. Lots of these are good little sellers. They're, popular things that people are after. Alchemy, that live Dire Straits album. And the covers Okay, the cover's not too bad. Some DJ promo, dance music type stuff. The one for the bin, no doubt. Or as I call it, the shite box. Put a load in a box and sell it for £10. The Wolfstones. I think this is like kind of Scotch rock. It's a signed copy. I think they're a band from Inverness. I think they're from Inverness. But yeah, kind of run rig-esque. Not my cup of tea. Shades by JJ Cale. Here's a good one. Boz Scaggs. Boz Scaggs. I can't take Boz Scaggs seriously. I've never listened to him. This is called Silk Degrees, but the reason I can't take him seriously is Boz is what we would call testicles in Scotland. Boz. I lost out in the record deal. It was a real kick in the balls. So no, I can't take him seriously. Sam Cooke, 12-inch. Dolly Parton. Comp. ZZ Top. This one, is it El Loco? Yeah, El Loco. I don't have this one. It's one of the few early ZZ Top albums that I don't have. So looking forward to giving that a listen. One of my favourites, a bit of ringwear, not the best condition, but I love Van Morrison, Astral Weeks. It's an absolute beauty. I've got a nice copy of this. The vinyl's fine on this, it's just the covers. A bit of edgewear, a bit of ringwear. It's another one I'll probably keep. John Barleycorn, Must Die by Traffic. So I don't have this. Again, the cover's not in the best shape, but the vinyl's fine. And some more Stevie Winwood, a best of. What's this? The. What's this one called again? I'm not really familiar with the. Soul Mining. I know a lot of people like the. Not a band that I was really into back in the day. Tell me what you think. Do you like them? Are they any good? You know, you see this album around quite a lot. Soul Mining. Christopher Cross. But the 40th copy of Tubular Bells that I have. Gaucho by Steely Dan. I'll probably keep this. I don't have this album. I quite like a little bit of Steely Dan, so I'll give that a listen. Then Runrig. This is the Highland Connection. I think this is Runrig's second album. Nice copy of Bowie's Aladdin Sane. I've not checked yet to see if it has the inner, or it's got the proper inner, but I don't think it has the little lyric sheet with I love you from David or whatever it is it says on it. Oh, someone's drew on the inner. Scoundrels. Right, oh, the vinyl's fine anyway, and the sleeves okay as well. Live U2 album, Under a Blood Red Sky. I get a lot of copies of these. Can't go wrong with a bit of Roy, but when you're on your 5th copy of this, I've kind of had enough. I don't know what this is. What is this? Fisher Z Word Salad. Just kind of new wave type stuff from the early 80s. I don't know. Give that a listen. Oh, this looks bad. Desireless John, a 12-inch. Another one for the shite box. Graceland, Paul Simon. Another band that I've never listened to. The Men They Couldn't Hang, Night of 1,000 Candles. Don't know much about them. It kind of looks like kind of mid-80s rock. Trumpets, flutes. Shane plays the Tibetan anus flute. The Tibetan anus flute? Oh, I need to give that a listen. Interesting stuff. Best of the Eagles. The Latin Quarter, Mick and Caroline. Don't know anything about them. Looks Very 80s. No, don't know anything about the Latin Quarter. And we've got Mirage. And if one Mirage wasn't enough, two Mirage. Cabo. Another album that I've never listened to. So just before I get on to this batch, I'll tell you a wee story about the guy who I was buying the records off of. So I got chatting to him while I was having a wee look at the standard of the records, the quality of the records, and asked him, why he was selling them. And he said to me, I said to him, is it just because you're not listening to vinyl anymore? Is it, too much clutter in your house and blah, blah, blah? And he said, well, no, I've got that camper van outside because I'm selling everything in the house. He said, I'm going to get rid of my house and I'm just going to start living a van life, as he called it. And I said, oh, what do you mean? And he said, well, I work all around the UK as a contractor. And he said, I literally only come home to cut my grass about once a month. He said, why am I paying rent? He said, I've got this camper van. I'm going to live in the camper. I won't pay rent anymore. And I'm just going to drive from job to job and live in my camper van. So, yep, that was his adventure. He was a guy probably about 60, maybe early 60s. And yeah, that was what he was going to do. So he said he had all his music on Spotify. He didn't need the records anymore. He didn't need all the CDs, all the equipment. He didn't even need his house. So there you go. So I got it all. Blondie, Parallel Lines. Joe Walsh, So Far So Good. Is this a proper album? I don't know. Other than the James Gang, some early Eagles albums, I don't really know much about Joe Walsh's solo stuff. Yeah, you can tell me, is that a proper album? Every collection you always pick up some ABBA. Tina Turner, Private Dancer. A kind of trashed copy of Tusk. A nice wee Doors compilation. The Alan Parsons Project. What's this? The Turn of a Friendly Card. Never really listened to them. Or him, sorry. Another copy of Tom Petty's Full Moon Fever. I've still not listened to the last one I've got. And now I've got two of these. And this one's in nice condition as well. See, doesn't really look like it's been played much. A lot of the records are really dirty. The covers are really dusty. And he said, the chap said that he's moved around a lot. He's always been a bit of a nomad. He's moved from area to area and he's carted these records around with him his whole life. So he said he's not played them, I think, since he'd been in that house. So that was for 6 years. So they're not in the best condition in terms of covered in dust, but I'll clean them all up and they'll be fine. So that's Jackson Browne, The Pretender. The Police. Regatta de Blanc. Sports, Huey Lewis and the News. Never listened to this before. Check out that album cover. Pure 80s. I'll give that a listen. Oh, I've got loads of these. Bridge of Spies, Tapau. Synchronicity by The Police. This is like a top loader. I think this is a promo copy. Does it say it in the back? Yep. Property of A&M. Demonstration only, not for sale. I've got a nice copy of that already. Penthouse and Pavement, Heaven 17. So I've got a lot of World Party. I've never really listened to World Party other than She's the One. This one's Private Revolution. But yeah, I think I'd like to listen to a bit of this. Carol Wallinger seems to get hailed as a bit of a songwriting genius. He plays vocals, guitar, bass, sampling, keyboards. He wrote all the songs on here. I'm not sure he's on this album, but he is on the other albums. The guy that did the songwriting with Robbie Williams, is it Guy Chambers? I think he was partnered up with Carol Wallinger. But yeah, I'm looking forward to giving that a listen. I've never properly listened to World Party, but the little bit that I've heard I've quite liked. Delamitri, Waking Hours. And most of this, or pretty much all of this, will get moved on. The Cars. Stevie Nicks, The Other Side of the Mirror. It says that it's a limited edition including a free hologram. Unfortunately, I don't have the free hologram. I had a wee look. Grace Jones, Living My Life. I'm not sure I'm a big Grace Jones fan. That is an extreme haircut. I should have went for one of those the other day. That's a strong, powerful look. Deacon Blue. I'm going to need to swap these because some of the gatefolds were stuck together. So it's annoying because this was a gatefold. It's kind of stuck, but at least he had two covers. So I'll rob the vinyl out of this one and put it in that one. And then I should have a complete copy. So that is, what's that Deacon Blue album again? When the World Knows Your Name. What's on there? I quite like a bit of Deacon Blue. I saw them when I was at Belladrum the other day. They were playing. Wages Day's a good one. Real Gone Kid. Is Chocolate Girl on this? Nope. Fergus Sings the Blues. Yeah, don't mind a bit of Deacon Blue. Some good Scottish rock. Peter Gabriel live album. The Waterboys. Room to Roam. Maze, We Are One. I think they're kind of soul funk 80s outfit. Give that a little listen. Some Suzanne Vega. This one's quite interesting. What's this called? Alloy Record Rennie, Reaching for the Sky. So I believe that this is a kind of soul funk record that Lynn Industries, Lynn that make the record players, I think they put this together as a kind of test record to test their kit. It says here, musicians don't make good records, record companies do. But yeah, looking forward to giving this a listen, seeing what it's like. It's got quite a cool cover. Some more World Party. I think this is their big album. Hello Jumbo. Sorry, Goodbye Jumbo. Yeah, Guy Chambers is on this one. Yep, so we'll give that a listen. Looking forward to listening to this as well. This Old Heart of Mine. The Isley Brothers on Tamla Motown. So yeah, looking forward to that. Don't know this. Little Steven, Voice of America. If he is the voice of America, America's done for. Check out this guy. Another strong look. I don't know, maybe this is good. If you know Little Steven and this is good, let me know. Is he the voice of America? Peter, Paul and Mary, the best of. Dire Straits, Brother in Arms. Travelling Wilburys. Tango in the Night, Fleetwood Mac. A bit of a trashed copy of The Wall. I don't know this one. Motels by Motels. I think this is like kind of new wave. Early 80s new wave. I'll give that a wee listen to as well. Then I've got a Bob Dylan tribute album. This is called It Ain't Me Babe. So you've got Brian Ferry doing A Hard Rain's Gonna Fall. This Wheels on Fire by Julie Driscoll. Spirit, The Times They Are A-Changin'. Let's see, If You Got to Go, Go Now by Fairport Convention. Cash's version of It Ain't Me Babe. Tambourine Man by The Birds. Also we've got The Tremolos, I Shall Be Released. Joan Baez, It's All Over Now, Baby Blue. I Want You, The Hollies. Hendrix is All Along the Watchtower, and Spirit doing Like a Rolling Stone. So anything Dylan's always good for me, so I'll give that a listen too. Okay, next one. Still with me? We've got The Clash, Sandinista, which I don't have. Again, cover's a bit tatty, but I can live with that. Walking the Wild Side compilation, Best of Lou Reed. Good stuff. What's this called? Nude by Camel. Cover's a bit rough on this one as well. Don't know this. River City People. Don't know. Cat Stevens Greatest Hits. Love a bit of Cat Stevens, but I've got so many greatest hits and I've got all the albums as well, I think. Night Clubbing. by Grace Jones. It's maybe a good one, I'll give that a listen. Brian Ferry and Roxy music. Little Feat, Dixie Chicken. Jethro Tull. What's this one called? Stormwatch. Don't know this one. I'm not overly familiar with Jethro Tull. Some of the early stuff, but I don't know this. So give that a listen. Yellow, 1 Second. Spirit, Further Along. I think this is a later Spirit album. I really like this album. I like a bit of Steely Dan. This is probably my favourite one, Pretzel Logic. That gatefold. Some Clannad. Robert Palmer, Some Guys Have All the Luck. Got a cool album cover, that. More Clannad. I'll probably keep this Pretenders singles. I'm not a massive Pretenders fan. That'll probably do for me. That's got probably everything that I would need on it. Some more Yellow. Some Police. Outlandish D'Amour. Some Sade. Is that how you say it? Pronounce it Sade. And another one. That brings me on to the last bundle. Probably the best stuff has been kept for last. Okay, almost there. So, some more World Party. This is Egyptology. So I get full this one, no? Yeah, going to get stuck into these. I've got this already. Wavelength by Van the Man. I didn't know this album. Swamp Trash. It makes no Nevermind. So I think it's like kind of bluegrass. As far as I know, bluegrass / alt rock album. So yeah, give that a listen. Something Happens, Stuck Together with God's Glue. I think they're like kind of early 90s. I think they're 1990, kind of indie rock. I gave them a little listen already. I wasn't overly impressed. They were okay. Another copy of Bowie Pinups. I think this is on, yeah, green RCA as opposed to the orange. Almost there. Okay, The Man from Utopia, Frank Zappa. That's a pretty cool album cover. I've not heard that. Another copy of After the Gold Rush, Neil Young. My favourite Neil Young album. It's a beauty. Muddy Waters, I Can't Be Satisfied. It's a compilation. I don't know, I'm not sure. REO Speedwagon. This is quite cool. Got a Man of War 12-inch. But this time it does come with all the bits and pieces because I get this nice poster as well. Might put this up in my bedroom wall. I'm sure my wife won't mind having this. Check this bad boy out. Man of War. Look at these dudes. These young vixens at their feet. Okay. It was Man of War. Talking Heads, Remain in the Light. Stranglers. It's got golden brown on it. Don't have much Stranglers. In fact, I don't even know if I've got any. So yeah, definitely look forward to giving that a listen. Some more this Mind Bomb. Whitesnake, Ready and Willing. Talking Heads, Little Creatures. Poptastic. I love this album. It's such a good album. Another copy of Roots by Curtis Mayfield. So I picked up a copy of this on that last haul that I got. This probably is not, well, the vinyl's not as good. I think maybe the sleeve's better, possibly. But yeah, the vinyl's not quite as in good nick. But yeah, great album. This is an interesting one. I've not heard this album before. The Power of Pussy. Check that album cover by Bongwater. So I think this is kind of like experimental alt rock. In good nick as well. So I'll give this a listen to and see if I'm going to keep it. I quite like the cover's pretty cool. I've got a feeling that I'll like this. So Bongwater. Got another nice copy of The Clash, London Calling. The only problem with this is one of the inners is a bit ripped, because the vinyl's nice and the cover's alright as well. The other inner's fine, but yeah, one of the inners is not in the best shape. But like I said, I picked this up for peanuts, this lot. I really did, so no, I cannot complain. Another nice copy of Traffic's debut from '67. Another UK. So I've got a European one. I think it's a German one I've got. This is a nice UK gatefold, so I may keep this. Bob Marley and the Wailers, Kaya. Another nice one to keep, I think. Sun is shining, easy skanking. Yeah, look forward to giving that a listen. Just a bit of discoloration up the top here on the cover. And we've got The Exploited, Punk's Not Dead. Don't know this album, so I'll give that a listen. This is one that I've been after for a while and I didn't have a copy, though I know the album well. Spirit, 12 Dreams of Dr. Sidonicus. Yeah, vinyl's good on this. So yeah, glad to have that in the collection. Just needs a bit of a clean up, like they all do really. Zeppelin 4. Nice copy of that, with the inner all intact and vinyl's in good shape as well. So yep, Zeppelin 3. Again, all in nice condition. I just need to check what copies these are. I think they're like kind of, mid-70s represses. I've not checked these yet. It's got like the little working wheel and stuff, but obviously it's not on that Plum Atlantic. And someone's done an asterisk for some reason on the label. But hey ho, it's nice to pick that up for pennies. And I think this is the last one, which I will keep as well, and I've been after for a good bit of time. The Incredible String Band, the 5,000 Spirits, or the Layers of the Onion. Incredible String Band. Fantastic cover, really, really nice cover. Spine's a bit wrecked, but the vinyl's good. I had this on already, and it sounds good even before I clean. So, yep, on Electra. When is this from? Is this 60? This must be 69 maybe. Like I said, I probably won't keep too much of it. Most of it will be sold on, and I'll use the money to buy things that I really, really want. But you know, there's a few in here that I'll definitely keep. There's a few things that I'll listen to, and certainly this will be one of them. So all in all, a fantastic haul. Like I said, I paid peanuts for that load. It was cheap as chips, and lots of kind of good sellers that'll kind of get cleaned up. I'll get the covers all glued and cleaned as well, and then they'll get moved on to other people who will appreciate them more. So yeah, that was it. Really happy with the haul, and hopefully there'll be more to come this year. Until the next time then, see you later. Bye for now.